exact statistics in terms of the kind of shortages in sheer numbers. But let me tell you that since we are in the building industry, and we keep going to builders and developers all across the country. So everywhere there's a shortage of carpenters, there's a shortage of masons, there's a shortage of bricklayers, there's a shortage of labor on construction sites. Typically, if you, I'll tell you where I have personally heard projects being delayed on account of lack of manpower, skilled manpower available, is Maharashtra, Gujarat, where there's a lot of development happening. Even in Andhra Pradesh, as you know, if you just go and see, a lot of carpenters here are being actually brought in from other states, etc. So it's a very state-wise kind of a effect that we see. But since we are a pan-India organization, we actually want to scale this up with the help of Shamika, and we may go to some other agencies also throughout the country. So we want to replicate this once with this pilot. We learn and get some experience out of this pilot. We would like to take it up to other small towns and villages also. So just to get back to your original question, the shortage is really in millions of people in this vocational sector. Today, we have a serious shortage in this area, especially in the construction and infrastructure line, which is where we are trying to develop the skills of people here, deserving people in India. HIL is into building materials. So although we may not have, we will not be able to absorb everybody that passes out of these things ourselves as a company, but we work through a lot of construction companies and what we call as franchisees. So, for instance, let's assume we are selling these roofing sheets. Now, obviously, there is a need for people who are skilled at installing these roofing sheets. Number one, we have products, green building products like Aerocon panels. Now, Aerocon panel is a lovely product. It's a green building product. You can make a wall literally in hours rather than in days, but it requires a little skill. That means these ready-made wall panels, you have to put a channel at the bottom, you have to put a channel at the top, how to interface it in the corners, how to interface it with the door, how to do the windows in that, how to chase that wall panel to fix the wires that are inside, how to fix an electrical switch. So all these things is what we are going to impart the training, so that we can tell our franchisees. We have got hundreds of franchisees all across the country, and the number will be growing. So we can tell these franchisees that, look, if you want to expand your business, we've got a good set of boys who know the business of installing these products, and they can do other work also. Not only this, but they can do lots of skills, because the skills that this training program is imparting is not only in our products per se. It's a general skill, how to install fitters, plumbers, carpenters, and how to use these green building materials. So that's our plan. So as we scale up as a company, our franchisees, our building construction partners, they will need more and more power, and we'll have a ready-made skill set of boys who are available, who can help them out. See, depending on the success of these two plans, and each batch is about 25 people. So let's hope by the end of July, we would have trained at least 50 people, 2 batches. And then we want to, in the first year, we want to scale it up to at least 250 people. That means total 10 batches, 2 are pilot, followed by another 8 across the country, and a couple of them in Andhra Pradesh also. But even outside Andhra Pradesh, we are talking to Shamika if they can help us out in sourcing the students, and we'll work together with them in finding out some facilities where this can be trained up. We have got a lot of ideas. There are a lot of people who have got licenses from NSDC also, National Skills Development Council. Now they are also waiting to scale up, and they're looking for course materials. They're looking for people who can give the relevant skill sets. So that is where we come in. Right. I happen to be in a silent period just now because the board meeting is another 5 days. So I hope you will pardon me for not sharing any financial numbers or any such information that might not be correct for me to impart at this stage. But however, let me comment on the Charminar brand. The Charminar brand, which is originated from the city of Hyderabad, you will be very happy and proud to know that we did a Nielsen study recently, and our brand has come at the tops. So it's ahead of any brand name in this space, in this building material space, where we are operating like roof sheeting, etc. We are the number one brand in terms of brand awareness, brand equity, etc. We are further strengthening this brand, and it's not only just sheets, but we are trying to, since we have a powerful brand, so we are trying to use this powerful brand to push other products, other building products also. And our forte is that this Charna brand actually is extremely strong, especially in rural and tier 2, tier 3 towns. So that's what we want to leverage in the future, and Mr. Madhu Mikashi, our Vice President Marketing, keeps working around the clock to make sure that that brand gets more and more popular, more stronger. As it is, we are leaders, but you cannot. So growth is almost about 10 to 15% every year. You know, the company has been growing. You know, the company today is almost a 1,000 crore company, which is about in 2007-8 it was just about 500 crores. So we have doubled in 4 years, and I think going forward, I think we have fairly aggressive growth plans. At least we plan to grow at least about around 15% or so in the future. But all those plans are still being worked out, and as soon as we are ready, we'll make. The gross revenues touched almost 950 crores last year. This year, I'm unable to share any figures with you. The sheeting, the asbestos sheeting business is so huge and large, and there's lots of poor people in the country. And not only poor people, the warehouses, grains, the wheat is better stored under asbestos roof sheeting. And this is, let me just remind you, and please mention it, this is the safe asbestos. This has been declared safe by Supreme Court of India last year. This is declared safe by studies that the government of India has done, and countries like Russia, you know, the entire China and Indonesia and Malaysia and so many countries across the world are using. In fact, you'll be surprised, there are people who are actually exporting asbestos water pipes from India to Canada. So, see, this is the good asbestos. So, this is the safe asbestos. So, there are no health issues. And of course, it is really a very good way of a poor man upgrading from a thatched roof into a pakka roof. So, this is his next step. Like from barefoot, the first step for a person in mobility would be a pair of slippers. And then to further his mobility, perhaps would be a cycle. He cannot think of a car. So for same way, 50% of our rural roofs are thatched roofs. And for these people, the next step in their lifestyle improvement is going from a thatched roof to an asbestos roof sheeting. So this is a big business. This used to be about 90% 3 to 4 years back, and we brought it down to the same. We cannot suppress the growth of this because this is a big business. We hope that every year at least we'll probably improve the contribution of the green building materials and non-asbestos materials by at least 5% of our revenues. That's our target. Next year it'll be, let's say from 80 it'll come down to 75, the contribution of asbestos roof sheeting, and then you know, down to 70, etc. So it's for that. Absolutely, the government has blessed it. There is medical community has blessed it. The you know, all the studies, all the scientific studies are very well established. The Supreme Court has blessed it, and several countries in the world. I mean, more than half the population of the world is using asbestos today. But if I can compare an asbestos roof sheeting, is probably 1/3, or sometimes if the steel sheeting goes very thin, then at least half of on a comparable note. So like to like a sheeting, ours is 6 mm sheet to get the proper strength and proper you know, performance out of that steel sheeting. The steel sheeting would be at least double the cost of asbestos roof sheeting. Plus it has advantage, it helps you insulate from the heat. It makes less noise during rains. The poultry farmers, they find the productivity is much better if they use asbestos roof sheeting. The people who are building wheat greenhouses or warehouses, they find the wheat is better protected if they use asbestos roof sheeting rather than steel roof sheeting. And it's affordable, and it's actually greener. Look at the amount of energy that the steel sheet uses. You have to mine, you know, iron ore, you have got to mine it, crush it, melt it, this thing, then coils are made, then comes to another sheeting plant, you spend, and you spend a lot of energy galvanizing it because it rusts, etc. But here, you take cement, and we use a lot of fly ash, which is actually a waste material. So it's really a lower carbon footprint product. So it's good for the country. Blocks, when we talk about, we have a plant, state-of-the-art plant in Surat, in Golan, which we just put up. The capacity was about 2 lakh cubic meters per year, and we're going to expand it to almost 3 lakh cubic meters per year. We are going to do it probably another 6 months or so in Surat, yes, in Gujarat. And then we have already an old plant in Chennai, which has been there for the almost past 10 years for AC blocks. Our plants for panels, these are the walls, ready-made walls I was talking about. They are there in Timapur. We got a plant in Timapur here, and we got a plant in Faridabad. As I said, we are a little in a silent period right now. But as I mentioned to you, the effort of the company is to grow the green building product portfolio, which is the AAC blocks, aerated concrete blocks, and panels. And we are also looking for adding more and more products. See, we are almost close to 1 million metric tons of fiber cement sheet. In terms of our capacity for blocks, we are close to about 3.2 lakh cubic meters of AAC blocks, and in panels we are almost about 50,000 metric tons capacity. So that's why we put these windmills, because we thought that it's better to use at least, if not everything, but at least a certain percentage of our power is green and renewable power. So at least that we can put our hands on our heart and honestly say that yes, we are truly proponents of green. So we use green building materials, raw materials like fly ash and lime, etc. Our manufacturing processes are green. We don't pollute the sun, the air, or the ground. Then the products that we make are also green because they help the customer to save on energy, etc. So all along the entire value chain, we are seeing where we can do something which will be a little bit more green. These are small steps, maybe, but they're helpful. We have 5 windmills, 2 in Gujarat, 2 in Rajasthan, and 1 in Tamil Nadu. Capacity is about 7.5 megawatts total. Yes, as I said, it's not like we are in the business of wind energy, but we just do it so that we can increase the percentage of green power that we use. Overall in the business front, for the wind energy, we will evaluate. We are also looking for some announcements on the policy front, etc. So unfortunately, the accelerated depreciation on wind was taken away last year, and we came to know from some of the wind suppliers that this might be reinstated in some manner, some fashion or the other. We may also look at solar. I mean, Andhra Pradesh has got some very progressive policies on solar energy, so we are certainly looking at it. But as I said, these are all very small steps. We are not looking at solar energy as a business per se. It's just that how to probably convert some of our energy to solar, to be able to say that we are using some renewable energy and we are not polluting the air with carbon, with diesel or whatever. As is, there are power shortages all throughout the country, and if we can somehow save on on petrochemical based power generation, I think we would have contributed in some small manner towards green. That's our aim.